Hello and welcome back to In the Kitchen with Matt. I am your host, Matt Taylor. Today, I'm going to show you how to make an apple crisp. Yummy. I love apple crisps. This apple crisp recipe is very easy to do, simple ingredients. If I can do it, you can do it. Let's get started. First, let's preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 Celsius. Now we start with 6 medium-sized apples. I'm using Granny Smith. I've always loved Granny Smith apples for baking, like pies and crisps. But you can use whatever kind of apple you want. Granny Smith works really well because it's a nice, crisp, tart apple already to begin with. And now what we want to do is we want to add in 3 tablespoons of white granulated sugar. And after you try this recipe, if it's a little too sweet for you, you can omit some of the sugar. Or if you want it more sweet, add some more sugar. And then we're going to use 1 teaspoon of our 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Go ahead and put that on top. Yum, cinnamon. And then 1 to 3 teaspoons of lemon juice. I would recommend just starting with 1 teaspoon at first, and then the next time you make it, add more if you want more of a lemon flavor. And then with a big spoon, let's just go ahead and mix this all together a little bit. Kind of just want to eat this right now like it is. All right, so now I want to just set this aside. And then in another bowl, what we want to do is we want to add in our 1 cup of brown sugar. This is light brown sugar. 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour. 3/4 of a cup of oats. This is just old-fashioned oats. 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And then with the whisk, let's just go ahead and mix these together. All right, now what we want to do is we want to take 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, and I cubed it. This is also cold butter. And we want to take the cubes and we want to fold it into the dry mixture using a pastry cutter like this, pastry blender. Or if you don't have one, you can just use a fork as well. And we're just gonna keep cutting in the butter until the dry mixture is kind of coated. And it will resemble like coarse crumbs. It helps if you have a little bit larger of a bowl. I do have another glass bowl that's bigger than this that I normally would use for this, but it has my acorns in it. So just keep working at it. It'll take a little while to get all that butter folded in. All right, so you just keep working at it with your forks or your pastry blender or pastry cutter until it looks like this, kind of like damp sand or coarse crumbs. Perfect, we'll just set that aside. And now let's grab a 8 by 8 inch dish, and I buttered it heavily, or you can use like kitchen spray. I really like using butter in this instance, just because I love the extra flavor that it adds. And we'll take our apples. Let's go ahead and just put our apples in there. We'll spread them out. Looks like I have some little stragglers there. Awesome, awesome. Now we want to take our crumbs and just sprinkle it on the top. Until it looks something like that. Doesn't that look awesome? And we'll go ahead and put this in the oven and we will bake it for 35 to 50 minutes, somewhere around there, until it's nice and golden brown on the top. And when it comes out of the oven, it'll look something like this. You'll want to let it cool for a few minutes before serving, but it's always nice to serve it warm. All right, I'm gonna dig into this. Let that crumble. Oh yeah. And then I am going to put a little piece of vanilla ice cream on top. Take some caramel sauce. And it's ready to go. Yummy. All right, the apple crisp is done. Turned out fantastic. This will make between 6 and 8 servings, depending on how big of portions that you make. Really easy to do. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm Matt Taylor. This has been another episode of In the Kitchen with Matt. Thank you for joining me. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or requests, put them down below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thumbs up, down the corner, push it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Take care. Time for me to dive into this. Oh yeah.